All right, welcome back to season 3 of our show, and today it's lamb chops. We're going to show you how to get these seasoned up, smoked up. Stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so today it's lamb chops. The first thing we're going to do is show you how to clean some of these up. Now, I have these about 80% clean already, just to save some time. But when these come in, all of this fat cap right here, it covers these bones. You don't see these bones. So I'll cut all the skin off and I'll pull out each one of these bones. I'll flip this over. I'll cut all of that back and just start fringing right around those bones and clean them up. So I'm going to show you on this one over here. Now this one I didn't complete yet, but you can see it's still not so clean around here. So you'll cut down like that and you'll just take your knife and just get all that off around the bone. Now you can buy these from the butcher that way, but I'm going to save a little bit of money and do them myself and show you guys at the same time. So you cut that off like that, and then what you'll do when you have all that off, don't throw away that fat. You'll just come around the bone and you'll just, with a knife like this, and just take off some of that fat and complete it and just neaten them up. Any fat that's on that bone, it's going to cook off anyway, so just take your knife and clean it up and just scrape right around that bone and get that nice and clean like that. So that's how you will clean those up, or you can buy them like this already, but you'll spend a little bit more money. Now I'm going to put this one back and show you what comes on these guys. Now there's some silver skin on here. I took this strip off. I left this strip on because I want to show you guys that. So what you'll do is you'll take your knife and you'll go in here, just like that, and you'll get that strip of silver skin out of there. See that? You just cut that right out of there, just like that. This is bad fat, so you're going to throw that one away. You can't use silver skin. It's just a terrible fat. And you'll cut that out and just follow it around like that. And just clean it up. See that piece right there? Just stick your knife in there like that and just clean it. Pull it off. I'm just going to bring this back a little bit more and clean that up. You can definitely buy them this way. They'll be a little bit more money. But if you don't want to go through all the hassle of doing this, then you can buy them that way. Me and myself, I like saving about $5 per pound on buying lamb, just because if you buy it and you got to clean it up yourself, that's a lot cheaper. That's it. I'm just going to cut this out of here. See that strip? You can almost hold this up from that silver skin. I'm just going to cut this right off the back of here. And these pieces, I'll cook them up. I got another little piece over here to the side. I'll cook these up and I'll save them for the dogs. This way they're eating good too. You'll probably see those little pieces on my grill later on when we cook this. I'm just gonna clean that up. Get that out of there. Flip this over, and again on this side you'll get that line. You hold it up and just pull that line right off. Let it just work with the meat, hold the meat up, and it'll follow right along, just like that. See all that silver skin? You can't eat that. And that's it. And just look around and see if you see any more silver skin, and if you find it, just clean it up. Coming up around the holidays, now we're running up on Easter right now. You'll find this pretty cheap. Actually, find it cheap if it's not cleaned up, but if it's cleaned up, it's not going to be cheap around the holiday time. So get some practice. And I promise you, you'll be a pro by the time you finish the first one. Now you see this one here? And look at these. See all that skin on here? I put that back on. So let me just show you this. So now you get them all cleaned up. You're gonna take off this skin that looks like this. You're gonna peel that up. And you can rip this up with your hand. And just clean that skin off of there. Because once you have this exposed, now you can dry it out. Because there's no fat on that. So what you'll do is you'll take your knife and you'll come very, very low to that. And you'll cut off a piece of skin like that. And what I'll do is just transplant it back on there, just like that. What's easier than that? Let's put this off to the side right now while I just flip this back around. And again, I'll keep my knife nice and low. Just cut that right out of there. And we'll just plant that back over here. Let's get that over here. Just like that. Put that back over there. Just like that. Press it in and you are good to go. All right, let's season these guys up now. Let's get this on the rack. And show you how to get these seasoned. So now I'm going with a Marsala blend today. That's what I'm gonna season these with. And I make my own Marsala. I keep my spices here like this. Little Lazy Susie, I can just flip that around. Different spices here. I'll mix these into different rubs. I probably got close to 5,000 combinations of spices that I use on various different things. So a lot of people ask me, what spices did you put in that? You know what, I really don't know. As long as it doesn't have a lot of salt and pepper in it, you're good to go with any spices, basically. And your lamb spices, I'm using something called a Marsala today. So it's a rub that I made up. Fennel seed, coriander, cumin, cloves, chili, cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, black pepper. So there's a lot of different Marsalas from a lot of different people in the world. So every culture, every country's different on their Marsalas. This is the one I'm using. So I'm gonna start with just that rub. And it's powerful. So you don't want to use a lot of this. But on lamb, you will use a lot. This is a New Zealand lamb. This comes from New Zealand. I like different lambs. Now they feed the animal different things. And some countries feed them seashells. And you can taste in the meat, and I don't like that. So I find out what the animal's eating before I buy the lamb. We're going in with a little chili pepper. You don't need a lot of this, just to accent that lamb. And I'm just going to turn these around. Being careful I don't mess up that nice skin that I put back on. So I'm going to turn them back around. Hold that skin. And I don't think I'm going to season the back. It's mostly bone. We're going to leave that. Just going to do the fronts. And just get some salt and some pepper on there now. Most of the time you'll just hit the fronts. The back, you're really not going to do. They're all bones back there. I leave the membrane that's on the back of their on, and I'm going to give that front of that a good douse of that. Just like that. And I'm going to use a little bit of black pepper. That's what you want. And make sure you don't oversalt these. Or don't oversalt anything. It's cooking spray. Get it with a good douse of that. It's going to set the color and make that rub stick. There you go. Now I'm just going to let these sit out for about 15 minutes before we go in the cooker with them, and that's it. We'll meet you out in the cooker. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're rolling this about 280 degrees. I'm gonna get my lamb to the outside and the bones in the middle. That's what you want to do. And just get them on quick. And get her closed up. We're going direct with this. There you go. Let's close up. Whoop, almost forgot my doggy stuff. All right, 15 minutes in. Time to check this. Now this is how I check my lamb. I look at it and I'm just feeling around. And it's not where I want it to be yet. You guys use a thermometer, because right now what I'm feeling about 125 right now. And I'm looking at my bones and how that draws back from the bone. That's how I know. And I've been cooking for a very long time. I'm going to close this down. But I've been cooking for a very long time. And I go by feel. And I go by the way the meat looks. So it's almost like when that meat starts receding back, like a set of teeth, for example, when you get long in the tooth there and your teeth start going back as you age, that's the same way with the meat. So as the meat starts to get cooked, it's going to draw back. We'll meet you right back here. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so right before we pull these off, I'm going to open this up. Look at those guys. They're looking right. I'm going to get them over the fire. I'm going to get my little doggy pieces off over here. Just put them up there. And we're going to cook these with the lid off the rest of the way. Just like that. That's what we want right there. I'm going to get my little doggy pieces off over here off to the side. And I'm going to get that lamb in direct fire. Burn them up a bit. That's what we want. That nice mahogany color on there. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to put the lid down on here. Why I burn them up? Because I don't want this fire to get too crazy. Now, if you do like I'm doing, when you go to burp this fire, be very, very careful. Because these flames will shoot out at you, especially on an egg. So I'm going to go back in 2 seconds. Let that fire die down. I shut my holes off at the bottom. And I'm going to lift back up. Burp it. Very gentle. There we go. Now lamb has a lot of fat in it. So we're going to get this lamb out of the way of the fire. And close back up again. That's it. I'm going to get my tray. I'm going to pull these. And we'll meet you right back here. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, I'm gonna burp again. Very gentle again. A lot of smoke. And she's hot. And just like that, that fire's out. And I'm gonna get this lamb off of here. Let's see where I'm at with the rest of them. I want this one some more. I want that one a little bit more. And I want this one just a little bit more. So I'm going to leave those in. I got this one off right here. I'm going to let that fire kick back up again. There it goes. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to put them in direct line of that fire. I'm going to close up just a little bit and move them. Alright, that's one. I got to go get the rest of them. I'm going to let those cook up a little bit and let that fire go out. Well, that fire is going out, they're going to be cooking up. So you guys with the eggs, just be very careful if you do this. I'm going back in. Again, burp it. And see what I got. I'll take that one. Let me take a look at this one. I want that one back in. Again, here we go. I'm going to take these little treats off from my dog. This is that fat that protected that and fell off. So I'm going to wait for this to kick back up again, which it will. There it goes. That's what I'm looking for again. Direct line of fire. I'm going to close up and leave it on there. When the fire goes out, I'm going to pull it. And that's it. And I'll meet you guys inside. These nice pieces of fat on here. Alright, let's go get it. I'm going to burp again. The reason why I'm burping this is so those flames don't fly out. And believe me, if they fly out and hit you, you'll be very sorry. Alright, let's get this guy out of here. That's what I mean. Goes up. There you go. Beautiful. Alright. This is all shut down. Shut the top and the bottom. Make sure you do that. Let the fire die down. And I'll meet you inside, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. Alright, here we are. Lamb Chop, Season 3's chopping block. Let's show you what we got. Look at those. Now I had some guests over tonight, and they did request that everything is almost well done, and I did my best. Now we're just going to start cutting into these. I think I'm just going to go with this one. And the first thing I'll do is turn it over. I'm going to find my bones, and I'm going to cut it right down the middle here and chop right through. Let's see what we got. Look at those. Beautiful. Let's cut into one of these guys. I'm just gonna go down and take a chop. Look at that lamb chop. Beautiful. You know what we gotta do. Let's give it a pitmaster try. Like butter. Wow. That's excellent. I think I do prefer my lamb chops a little bit more on the well side. They get nice and smoky. Let's cut these up to put them on a plate. Now you guys are going to want to come down the bone like I'm doing. Alright, and one more hit over here. Now I'm going to cut all these up. Let's put this off to the side. So if you guys don't know how to cut lamb chops, you're seeing it right here. Just come through and chop. Some of them are going to be 2 bones in one, but just come through and chop. Just like that. Now let's get these guys plated up. Let's get this off to the side. And let's bring in our plate. We got some black-eyed peas with kale. We're going to show you this recipe. And leave a link in the description for this one. This is a beautiful one here. We got kale, black-eyed peas, bacon, and we're serving up in a cast iron. We're going to get some white rice on there, right on the top. I like my white rice right on the top. Everyone's different, but this is how I serve mine. Always dates back to my childhood. Just like that. I'm going to put a little scallion on the top of there. Just like that. Now we got that. I'll add a little bit more scallion. I like my scallion. Now we got that. We're just going to take all these nice lamb chops and just put them on the board. Just like that. And turn some of these over. Now this is how I plate up. I suggest you guys do whatever makes you guys happy during your plating. But this is a beautiful way to have this. Let me just take this nice big piece of lamb right here and put it right in the front of here. And there it is. Give it a little garnish. And you can't go wrong with that plate. All right, we're gonna get organized. And we're going to meet you guys right back here, so stick around and don't go anywhere. All right, and there it is, smoked rack of lamb, smoked to perfection. With some beautiful black-eyed peas and white rice and kale. A throwback from the past. Can't go wrong with this dish. We'll leave a link in the description again to that being made, so this way you can see that. You gotta try that one. It's a beautiful dish. Thank you. We enjoyed having you. With no further ado, gotta get that little pitmaster taste there.